guys were really composed in those last 2.5 minutes. What did you think of the way they finished that one out?
Yeah, they did. Had a long stretch where things were pretty tough on them and didn't crumble and cave in. I thought Freddie did a great job of. You saw him many times, telling everybody just keep playing and relax out there, and he did a great job of keeping them composed.
You knew Gary was going to break out at some point, but what did you see tonight that got him better looks, or did you think he got better looks?
He had some better looks tonight, but he also got into his. It didn't really matter if they were that great of looks or not. Situation, creating some space and making some covered shots. He hit some really big, timely ones there along the baseline, and then we ran a little OB play out of the timeout, and he made a 3-ball on that, those were 2 huge ones when we were having a tough time in the fourth. Obviously, after really rolling through the third, scoring wise, we were having a tough time finding buckets, and he hit a couple big ones. Huge game for him.
You guys have played aggressive defense all year long, even when it hasn't gone your way. The game was tied there, and you trapped Booker, I think, twice, got 2 steals. What does it mean to the guys to see that approach work so well in such a big moment?
Yeah, I mean, it was, we did a lot of stuff with him tonight, played him straight, played a little box in 1, a little triangle in 2, and then we got to some blitzing, and we thought the blitzing was the best look we were having there. It just didn't seem like, they were really, really good rhythm offensive team. They really got their spacing and their cutting and their timing down to a T, and that, we gave up some buckets on that, but at least they weren't getting them in rhythm, right?
What does it say about Kem that he's able to come in after, not the greatest game and really be the second piece of making that work?
It says a lot, because I think he's, clearly the best guy at doing that for us, right? He's got some experience in it, and he it's not easy. As you can see, they split and they reject and go the other way. There's a lot of stuff happening out there, and he got a bunch of good blitzes, and he had to cover a lot of ground a couple times. Booker took it from left wing all the way around the, trying to get out of the double a couple times, and Kevin just kept running with him.
Go ahead, Phil.
Thanks, JQ. I'll start with Mike Cantor.
Hey, Nick. Wanted to ask you again. This is about Kem. I couldn't really hear Eric's question, so I'm hoping I don't repeat it. But how important was it to get him back in the game when you saw what Bismack and Ayton and McGee were doing?
It was important. I think the main thing, and Eric asked about the blitzing that he was involved in and being able to execute. That was a huge part of it. But again, I think that they all, I thought, contributed at that spot just enough, right? Kem was pretty good for a while. Precious had a great few moments in there. Thad had a bucket here or there. And then it was time to get Kem back in and get him with the first group. And just defensively, he was the best option there with what the coverages we were in. And then on top of that, he got a huge tip in down there on a missed fast break layup.
I just wanted to ask you, on the when you have a chance there late in the game, you got a 3-point lead with, I think it was 8 seconds left, and they've got the ball. Do you consider fouling, or is that too early at that point?
I don't think that was the scenario. If it was, we would. I think it was 17.
Oh, was it that early?
I believe so. We went down it was 5 when it was 8 seconds to go. So, yeah, listen. I was looking up at the clock at 17 thinking about, if they take it down and it starts, they don't get a quick one off and it gets inside, about 11, you're going to probably do it for sure. But the main thing is well, as you know, not to give up a 3, even though we did. But it was a pretty deep one, pretty contested. So luckily it didn't go in.
All right, appreciate it. Thank
Yep.
you.
We'll go to Josh.
Hey Nick, congrats on the win. You had the boxing analogy before the game on the ropes and keep coming back for the next round. Not sure you had this fourth quarter in mind, but was that the sort of thing that you're thinking of just in terms of this team's resiliency and the type of things you've been through this year?
Yeah, I think that, I don't know. I know we had a really hot run there, and we got I think we got up, 15, 16. I expected them to make some huge run. I thought, everything started going their way, right? Everything started bouncing their way, and I figured, I kept looking up and saying, oh, geez, it's down to 4. But I was like, geez, we're up 4. We're up 4 in this game on the road in the fourth quarter. I'm not, even when it was tied, I was, and I was almost fully expecting Booker to make that 3 to put them up 1 with 30 seconds to go. I was getting ready to call timeout and draw a play, feeling like, we put ourselves with a chance to win. So I don't even know what your question was. I'm just over here talking a little bit, Josh, but hope that answered some of it.
It did. I'll also ask you about Scottie. As impressive as he's been offensively over the last couple games and started out the game that way as well tonight, how much of an impact do you think he made defensively in the last few minutes, the last 2 or 3 minutes of the fourth quarter?
Well, he had some tough matchups tonight, I thought. They really got some guys that can catch and shoot quick, and if you run at them hard, they really score it once you force them inside the line. Like Bridges, he comes cruising across that paint. It's like an automatic 2. And I thought, that was tough. He's quick and he's got some spring at the end of his, jump shot there. But he did get a big rebound, I think, Scottie, and a big stop late. But it was good. I mean, listen, he was super aggressive to start tonight, which is the reverse, and that's good. Got us off to a good start, and it's a great experience for him to get 36, 37 minutes in a game like that.
Thanks, Nick. Safe life.
Thank you.
We'll go to Aaron.
Hey, Nick. What does it do for you guys to have Gary? He's not going to score 42 every night, but just to have that threat on the court out there when he's playing well?
Well, I think, I know it's a fairly small sample size here, but he didn't get a whole lot going with Freddie off the floor there for a few games, right? And I just think that there's a concentrated, there's better spacing. There's a lot of concentration on Fred. There's a chance for him to, play in a lot more space. That's what I see tonight versus some of those games where he wasn't scoring very well. Just, I thought Pascal, was willing to shoot the 3 a little bit as well, and it just seemed like there was better spacing for Gary to operate tonight.
And on a different topic, we've seen you guys play down to some opponents occasionally this year, but it seems like whenever you have a tough team, you did it earlier in the year against Phoenix, you guys bring your best against the best. What does that say about this group?
Well, I hope it says that we got to play every night, and we also know we can compete every night. I've been telling you guys that for about 5 games in. It really doesn't matter who we play. We got to go play, and we got to play well. And if we do, we're gonna have a chance on any night. That's about it.
Thanks, Nick. Safe travels.
Okay.
Last one goes to Vivek.
Okay.
Hey, Nick. Just wondering, the end of the first half when Fred was off the floor, was that just managing his body a little bit? Or was that just liking the group that you had out there?
Yeah, I think it was just managing the minutes a little bit, trying to buy some for the second half, and it seemed to be going okay. And we probably stole a few minutes there. We couldn't steal any in the fourth, that's for sure. So it was a good thing we did that, I think.
And then I'm probably overthinking it here, but Pascal, he got his shot off with about 35 seconds left when it was a 1-point game. Are you guys ever thinking with that 1-point scenario there about the 2-for-1, or is it just get the best shot?
Well, ever is pretty strong. I would say we probably are looking for the best shot, but we would consider a 2-for-1 there sometimes. I mean, not as heavily as we would in the first 3 quarters, where we'd do it for sure almost no matter what. You got to try to get a 2-for-1 up. Getting something up's better than nothing if you get 2 possessions. But late, you're probably looking more for the best shot.
Thank you, Nick. Have a safe flight.
Okay, just like to say congrats to Coach Pop. I heard he got the record, and that's a doozy. I don't know if that one will go down for. If it'll go down, it will be a long time. So congrats, Pop.